Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Paradise. I'm Isma. Before we reveal the bride of Jesus, let's talk about the second coming of Jesus. Jesus did tell us that there will be a second coming of Jesus. But did he tell us what he will look like in his second coming? Did he tell us that he will be born as a normal human being? Or is he going to be conceived like he was conceived 2,000 years ago? He was conceived in a miraculous way to Mary. Did he tell us that if he's going to be born as a son of man, or is he going to be born as a son of God? He didn't tell us all these details. So when he does come to us, are we going to agree that he is Jesus? How do we know that he is Jesus? You see, depending on what region of the world you are from and what race you are from, you have an image of what Jesus looks like. If you are from India, Jesus looks like this. If you are from Asia, then Jesus looks like this. If you are from white race, Jesus looks like this. If you are from African American race, then Jesus looks like this. The point I'm trying to make is that we have an image of Jesus in our mind that was created in our mind based on what is in our surroundings. Therefore, when Jesus do come to us and he tells us that he is Jesus, there will rise many disagreements among us. We're going to question if he is actually the Jesus, because the Jesus that we have in our mind does not match the Jesus that we are seeing. And then there is the bride of Jesus. Who is she? And what will she look like? How do we know that she is the bride of Jesus? And when we are saying that she is the bride of Jesus and not the wife of Jesus, there must be some significance to the word bride. When we are saying bride, that means there must be a wedding that's going to take place between Jesus and his bride. So there is a marriage that's going to take place. And I'm going to talk about that and tell you what is that all about. And then there are many who are claiming that they are the bride of Jesus. If there is only one bride of Jesus, how is that we have so many brides of Jesus, so many women claiming that they are the bride of Jesus? How do we know the truth of Jesus and the truth of Jesus' bride? There is only one sure way to know the truth of Jesus and his bride, is to know who we are beyond our human identity. The soul knows the truth. The mind doesn't. The mind is of this world. Everything that we know based on what we have heard, and everything that we were told to believe as the truth, and based on these beliefs, every one of us have our own truth. But my truth cannot be your truth. For us to know the truth of God, we need to go to our soul. Because the soul that's within me and within you, that is the light of God. It's not of this world. It's from heaven. And this soul holds the truth of God. Therefore, for us to know the truth, we must go within and find who we are. And once we find who we are, the truth will be revealed to us. The voice of our soul will tell us who is the real Jesus and his bride. Back in February of 2021, I made a video. The title of that video was "Who is the Bride of Christ?" After releasing that video, I have received many comments. Many people opposed to what I said there, and I was attacked, and there were many comments, negative comments toward me. And the base of these comments is that Jesus only has one bride. Why am I saying that Jesus has many brides? The title of that video was "Who is the Bride of Christ?" and not "Who is the Bride of Jesus?" You see, Jesus is one spirit. Jesus has only one bride. When I was talking about the Christ is an energy of God. And I had explained the difference in that video. From the beginning of that video, I had said why the word Christ is attached to Jesus' name. And I had explained it. So if those of you who have seen this video, if you had seen the whole video, then you got it. You should not miss it, because it was an explanation. The fact that you accused me that I am saying that there are many brides of Jesus, you misunderstood me. Each one of us is a spiritual being. We are on this earth in a form of a human, but inside us there is a soul, okay? And that soul is the light of God. The light is the light energy of God. The Christ energy is within each one of us. When Jesus came to earth, his spiritual memory was unveiled to him. Therefore, he was the light on earth. Unlike a human being, where because of that veil, we don't remember that we are that spiritual being. Okay? So we come to earth and we carry on the sins of this world. We go through many sins. We do many sins. And on the other hand, Jesus came to this earth. Since that veil was not there, he did not commit these sins. Therefore, he was the light, the Son of God, because each spiritual being is a divided part of God. Okay? And we are all spiritual beings. We all come to earth for our spiritual evolution. Jesus did not come here for his spiritual evolution. And if you want to know more spiritual evolution, please watch this video. If you're on YouTube, there should be a link. He did not come to earth for a spiritual evolution. He was the Spirit. He came to earth and he told us who we are. He wanted, because we got lost in this experience on earth, that we don't remember that we are spiritual beings. We got lost in our human experience. And he was not the only one. Before him there was Krishna, there was Moses, there was Muhammad. After him there was Muhammad. So they all came to tell us who we are beyond our human identity. Okay? So when Jesus came, he came as the pure light, and therefore he did not commit the sins of this world. Please watch the video if you want to have a thorough understanding about many brides of Christ. The irony is that when you were attacking me, saying that there is only one bride of Jesus, not many brides, and whatever you said, right? You were talking to the only one bride of Jesus, and I am that bride of Jesus. 7 months prior to making the video, Who is the Bride of Christ, I released a video declaring my identity as Jesus. The link to that video can be found above if you are watching this video on YouTube. If you are watching this video in any other social media, you can go to my Facebook fan page. There you can watch the video. I was born in a Muslim family, just like Jesus was born in a Jewish family and Muhammad was born in a Hindu family. As you can see, the prophets speak the truth of God and not what they were told by the man of religion. And I want to tell you the relationship between me and Jesus so that you can better understand. So we are spiritual beings. When we come to earth, this spirit is formatted into a soul. That soul is a smaller version of the spirit. There is no difference between the spirit and the soul. It's just a smaller version. Then that soul is divided into two parts. Each human being on earth is half of a whole soul. The division of a soul was explained to us by prophets by this story of Adam and Eve. When I'm saying story, that does not mean that it is actually just a story or parable. The first human was Adam on earth, and when he came to earth, he came in a form of one soul. There was just one soul. He could not express his negative energy, and that's why God created Eve. That means the soul was divided into two parts. So that soul of Adam was divided into two parts, and Eve was made from him, his physical body. The idea can be understood by our modern technology of cloning. So Eve was a clone of Adam with a variation of the sex chromosome. So his soul was divided into two parts, and then one part was Adam expressing male energy dominantly, and then the other part of his soul, Adam's soul, was Eve, and Eve was expressing her feminine energy dominantly and repressing her masculine energy, and Adam was expressing his masculine energy and repressing his feminine energy. Therefore, the feminine energy is in both souls. Remember, keep in mind that. So that's how every spiritual being, every human being that are on earth, they come that way. A spiritual being comes to earth in a soul. That soul is divided into two souls, and one of the soul expresses dominantly its masculine energy, the other soul expresses dominantly its feminine energy for the purpose of this experience. So that's exactly how Jesus came 2000 years ago. He came to earth. His soul was divided into two parts. It was Jesus, and the other part of his soul was Mary Magdalene, not his mom Mary, but Mary Magdalene, Mary from Magdalene region. That was his other half of his soul. He came as this light of God, came to earth as the light of God, and Mary was just like a normal human being. She was going through the experiences of normal human being. Mary Magdalene, the other half of Jesus' soul, was going through her spiritual evolution on earth. But she was the same as Jesus. That soul is the Jesus soul. Jesus is not Jesus without Mary. Mary is not Jesus without the other half of Mary's soul, which is Jesus. So, you know what I just said. Okay, in the spirit there is Jesus. That Jesus is a combination of Jesus on earth and Mary on earth. These two souls, when they are both pure, that is when they can be as one and return to spirit as one spirit, which is Jesus' spirit. So Jesus' spirit came to earth, was divided into two. One of the Jesus soul was Jesus on earth, and the other half of the Jesus soul was Mary on earth, Mary Magdalene. So when Mary became pure, that is when Jesus and Mary was one to go back to their heavenly state as the spirit. That is the story of Jesus when he came 2000 years ago. So they both went to that purity. He was already pure. And then Mary, she became pure. As you know, the story where that Jesus casted demons out of her. That's what the story is saying. What actually happened is that all of the chakras opened up, or she awakened she was awakened to her spiritual truth. So that's what happened to her. So every human being on earth that is playing these human roles, that we come to earth, we are going through this human experience. Once we surrender our human journey, we, just like Mary awakened to her spiritual truth, we can awaken to our spiritual truth and become pure. And we cannot just like awaken and right away we are pure. We have to recreate ourselves as a spirit being through our deed, actions, and thoughts. All of it counts. I came to this world and I was born as a normal human being. I went through the whole journey as a human being. I had adapted many negatives. That means I went through I did commit the sins of this world, and I had gone through everything that a normal human being goes through, like in ignorance, because my spiritual memory was hidden from me. Therefore, I went through all these negative experiences. But what I did when I was slowly, it didn't happen all at once, but slowly over the years, I had surrendered little by little, and I came back to my purity. But at one point, I was awakened to the truth of who I am. That was back in 2018, March of 2018. I was awakened to my spiritual truth of who I am. So, and then it was all about recreating myself to my purity. That means I said I surrendered, right? All of my impurities, but that's not it. Just surrendering, that's just the first part. It's just the beginning. And then I had to recreate myself as the pure being that I am. I went through tremendous sufferings as I worked toward my purity. Keep in mind that the sufferings of this world only exist as long a person thrives in the darkness or negative illusions of this world. And I'm still in that path, I'm still walking, but I have gained that purity. And that's who I am. That's who I am. I am the bride of Jesus. I am the soul of Jesus. And remember, when we're talking about the purity, the bride, why is it said that bride and not the wife of Jesus? Because wife, the bride, that means what? Bride gets ready for the marriage, right? So bride, she needs to cleanse herself, and she needs to wear the white gown. The white gown is a symbol of purity. So she needs to be ready for her groom, right? For her husband. So she needs to cleanse herself. She needs to be ready. So that's what I did. I cleansed myself of all the negative that I did, all the sins that I committed. I surrendered them. I purified myself so that I can belong to the one that is my spirit. So I became that pure so that I can return to my husband or to my spirit. I have died to my human self and purified myself so that I can be the example for you to follow to your purity. There has to be a marriage between me and my spirit. So that's why the significance of bride, that's why it says not wife but bride. Bride of Jesus. There is only one bride of Jesus because Jesus is one spirit. Jesus has only one bride. Bride symbolizes purity of a soul that is ready to merge with its spirit. So if your name is Michael in the spiritual world, then when you come to earth, then you are Michael, and then you have the other half of your soul. Okay, these two souls, both of you, Michael and the other half, whatever the name, let's say Jane, okay? And then these two, Michael and Jane, they both need to purify in order for them to become one. So each spiritual being that came to earth, they need to purify themselves of all the negativities of this world. They need to become pure in order for them to go back to their spirit, or also we know as the Lord. Okay, Lord, for me, Jesus is my Lord. I belong to Jesus. If you are Michael, from in the spiritual world, you belong to Michael. That's your Lord, Michael. Lord Michael. For me, Lord Jesus. For you, Lord Michael. Every human being needs to purify themselves so that the Christ energy or the pure energy of God can flow through them for them to return to their pure state as the Spirit. Well, the name in this world has nothing to do with our spiritual truth, okay? Because we come to this earth many times, and each time we have different name, and this is our just earthly identity, and that's not the truth of who we are. Because I was born as Ismat, but Ismat is just my earthly name. That's not me. My spiritual name is I am Jesus. And I am the bride because I have to cleanse myself and purify myself to become my higher self. So there is more. I can talk all day, but I just want to make this video for clarification of who is the bride of Jesus. And now you know. Let me tell you this, it's not about me. I came here for you. I have gone through everything in my life These were my training, my experience, and my lessons, so that I can serve you. So I am here for you, and I am giving my life for you because you are important, very, very important, and you are very much loved. That's why I'm here. The warning has come to us many, many times in the past, and we are not still ready for our rapture, for our ascension. And the only way for us to be ready is to surrender this human journey, and then we'll carry on our spiritual evolution in the fifth dimensional earth. But we need to get ourselves out of these third dimensional realities. We need to discard them, all the illusions. This is the third dimensional realities, and you can see my other videos for clarification on this. I have talked in my many videos and explaining what these are. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's very important that we need to prepare ourselves. We need to be ready for our ascension, and the time is here. Okay, there is no more time tomorrow or next day or the following day or for the following week, following month. No, the time is right now. If you want to know if you have time, the time is right now. You need to start right now. You need to make this is your priority. And the fact that you are here and you are watching this video, you were guided by your soul because you wanted to go back to your purity. That's why you are here. Those of you who are still going through that negative journey in the world, they are not coming and watching this video right now because it's not for them, because they are not ready to surrender that journey. But you asked God. That's why you are here. You were guided by your soul to see this video. And you know what? Whatever I am saying in this video, you don't have to just accept it as it is. Let it be the truth in your heart. Listen to the soul. Your soul knows the truth. That's all for today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you all.